Revenge films.
My cousin Karen, who is 3 years older than me, caused a fiasco at her wedding. It was always her dream to get married at a young age, and she found herself a partner that was in his 20s just like her. Karen is self-centered and selfish, and she always makes things about her. When we were getting together at family gatherings, she would complain if things weren't up to her standards. I never got along with her, and although we were cousins, I tried to keep my distance. It just so happened that Karen chose a wedding venue which was at the place that I worked at as a wedding planner. So Karen ended up asking me to be her wedding planner, and I couldn't say no.
Melanie, make sure that my wedding is perfect, okay?
Yes, Karen, you can count on me. I was not looking forward to planning Karen's wedding. I predicted she would be making numerous outrageous requests. Karen chose a light green dress to wear at the reception party, which was tight-fitting. The size she wore was a bit too small, and her fiancé Ken suggested that she wore a dress that was slightly larger.
I think that this dress is too small for you. I think you should choose something less tight.
I'm glad he voiced his opinion, because I was completely in agreement with him. I knew that there was a possibility that Karen would shed a few pounds in preparation for her wedding, but I could understand Ken's concern as well. Karen loved to eat, and she had a taste for sweets, which was why she would also easily gain weight. I have seen her on many diets in the past, and I knew that she would be in a foul mood if she gained weight and couldn't fit into her wedding dress.
I'm in love with this dress, and I'm going to wear it on my big day.
Ken wanted Karen to be happy, so he didn't say any more about changing the dress.
Okay, if you love this dress, this is the one that you should wear. But you need to watch your weight. It'd be a disaster if you didn't fit into the dress come wedding day.
I'm not an idiot. I know that. I'll watch my weight.
But Karen didn't keep her promise. She continued to eat out and snack on sugary and fatty foods. Even her mother was concerned and asked Karen if she had gained any weight. It looks like you've gained some weight, Karen. Maybe you shouldn't be eating so much. You should eat healthy foods in preparation for your wedding day. But Karen was annoyed with her mother's words.
I'm not going to gain weight that easily, Mom. Leave me alone.
Eventually, Ken commented on Karen's appearance as well.
Karen, you've gained a considerable amount of weight. If you continue like this, you won't fit into your dress.
Karen was hurt and angry by his words.
Stop commenting on my appearance. You have nothing to worry about. You're stressing me out.
But Karen's mother and Ken were right to be concerned. At her next dress fitting, Karen was unable to zip up her dress.
I told you that you wouldn't fit into this dress. You should have watched what you were eating.
Shut up, Kevin. If I stop eating for a while, I'll lose the weight in no time.
The dress that Karen has chosen was tight-fitting, and now she had gained weight. Her fat was protruding, and it was not a pretty sight to see. I didn't expect Karen to lose weight in time for her wedding, so I said, "Why don't you choose to wear a different dress?"
Look, I'm going to wear this dress, and I'm not going to change my mind.
Karen was determined to wear that dress, and she wasn't going to listen to what we had to say about it. She began her diet the following day, but she wasn't losing weight fast enough. Her wedding day was fast approaching. I really think you should choose a different dress. There's no point in being so adamant if you're not going to fit into a dress that you initially picked out.
I agree with Melanie. We still have time to find you a new dress.
Why won't you two drop this? You're stressing me out, which is causing me not to lose weight. This is all your fault.
We're only looking out for you. There's no need to blame us. It was irresponsible for you to not watch what you were eating despite choosing a tight-fitting dress.
It's because everyone is putting so much pressure on me not to gain weight. This stress got to me, and I ended up eating more than I should have. I'm the victim here.
I decided that there was no point in me trying to persuade Karen. After that, I got my colleague to take over and plan Karen's wedding instead of me. I was so relieved. The day of the wedding arrived. When I arrived at the venue, my colleague came running towards me. I need your help. There's a problem with Karen's dress. I was not looking forward to seeing Karen. When I got to her dressing room, I could tell that Karen had gained even more weight. It was clear to everyone that she wouldn't fit into her dress. I'm sorry, but you won't fit into your dress.
This is my wedding day, and I need everything to be perfect. Do what you can to get me into this dress.
You'll end up ripping the fabric.
This is the only dress I want to wear.
Karen, you're being unreasonable. Stop making ridiculous demands. This is your fault.
After that, Karen unsuccessfully tried to wear the dress by herself. In the end, my colleague ended up finding a new dress for Karen. But there wasn't many dresses to choose from, seeing that it was so last minute. Karen ended up wearing a voluptuous red dress, and she appeared in front of her wedding guests wearing it. The one problem with the dress was that it didn't quite hide the big tattoo that Karen had on her chest. Close family and friends knew about her tattoo, but some of the other guests didn't, and they were surprised when they saw the tattoo. Ken's mother nearly fainted when she saw Karen's tattoo up close. Some of the wedding guests gossip about the tattoo, and it continued to be a hot topic at the after-party as well. But that wasn't all. Ken's younger sister was also at the wedding, and it seemed that she was also engaged. The man who had introduced Ken's sister to her fiancé was also at the wedding. When he saw Karen's tattoo, he said,
I can't let you marry your fiancé if you have a sister-in-law with a hideous tattoo.
With that, Ken's sister's engagement was called off, and Ken's sister was not happy about it.
This is all your fault. If Melanie didn't have a tattoo, I'd still be engaged. It's not our fault if your fiancé doesn't want to marry you over a tattoo. It means that he doesn't really love you.
But Ken was furious about Karen's cold attitude towards his upset sister.
If you hadn't gained weight and worn the dress that we initially had picked out, no one would have seen your tattoo. This is your fault.
Who cares about that dress? You're the one who kept on pressuring me not to gain any weight. It was very stressful for me.
Well, can't you be more sympathetic to my sister's feelings? Why are you always so selfish?
I'm not being selfish here. This wasn't my fault. Her fiancé never loved her, that's all.
In the end, Ken's parents heard about Karen's attitude, and they blamed her for everything. After that, Ken and Karen's marriage became an unhappy one, and they got divorced. Karen's parents apologized to Ken's family and asked for their forgiveness. Karen was the only one who didn't feel bad about what happened to Ken's sister, and she never apologized.
I don't see why my parents have to apologize when I've done nothing wrong. My wedding planner should have found me a dress that didn't reveal my tattoo. I'm gonna sue Melanie's employee for the damages caused.
This is your fault, Karen! You should have never chosen a dress that was too small for you in the first place! You're being unreasonable! You should have chosen a dress that would have fit you in the first place!
Karen tried to hire a lawyer to defend her, but was told, I don't think you'll be able to win your case. In the end, Karen was the one that got sued, and by Ken's sister. Karen didn't have any siblings, so she ended up going into debt. You've learned your lesson, Karen. You need to be more considerate of others from now on. After telling her that, her parents cut her off and told her to pay back her debts on her own. This wasn't just about the dress, but Karen's bad behavior up until now. Karen could have apologized to Ken's sister, even if she felt that the engagement being called off was not her fault. Karen could have tried to persuade the man to change his mind about calling off the engagement. Or she could have simply confronted Ken's sister and apologized for her part in the matter. Karen's always been selfish, and she doesn't seem to care about other people's feelings, which is probably what brought this on. In order to pay back her debts, Karen worked multiple jobs, but she still didn't have enough money to pay back her debts. She asked her family for help, but they wanted nothing to do with her. I guess karma has a way of sneaking up on you. Unless Karen changes that personality of hers, no one is going to want to spend any time with her, and she is going to end up living a very lonely life.
How was today's video? If you enjoyed it, please subscribe, like, and leave a comment. Stay tuned for more.